Hi, everybody. Welcome back to our TSN Control Center. I'm Jim Van Horn. As you know by now, Doug Flutie has agreed to terms with the NFL Buffalo Bills on a 2-year deal with a base salary of $300,000. Seems cheap, but if he reaches all the incentive goals that have been put in place, he could earn up to $5 million over the life of the contract. He is in Buffalo at this time. He's getting set to meet the media for the official introduction. He apparently has already signed his contract. He passed his physical this morning, and he is about to meet the media in Buffalo for the very first time. Talks with Flutie actually officially got underway a while ago with the Bills, but it wasn't until late last week that we found out that he was in fact very interested in heading south of the border once again to try his luck in the NFL. He has had two former sojourns in the NFL that proved to be unsuccessful. There's head coach Wade Phillips, so let's go to Buffalo now.
There were going to be changes. Obviously, this is a new era. One of the things I had to do, or have to do still certainly, is upgrade our personnel. I said I was going to start doing that as soon as I could. I talked to John Butler. John Butler said, you have a chance to get the best player in the Canadian Football League on our team next year. And I said, is that right? And he said, yes, we have a chance to get Doug Flutie. I said, well, let's do that. And we had started the process before I became head coach, but I was certainly 100% behind it. And it turned out today that we did get the best player in the Canadian Football League, maybe the best player ever in the Canadian Football League. And he's going to be on our team next year. He's going to have an opportunity to play for the Buffalo Bills. I know he's looking forward to that, and he'll tell you about it. But I'm looking forward to having Doug Flutie on our football team. So here he is, Doug Flutie, our newest player.
Thanks a lot, Wade. Well, it's been 8 years coming, and I'm excited about it. The time up in Canada has been good to me. The people in Canada have been fantastic, and I tell you what, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything in the world. And this is something that I guess deep down's been burning a little bit to give it a whirl again and to step back into it. And this is a situation where Mr. Wilson, A.J. Smith, Wade Phillips, the entire staff in Buffalo, I was convinced that they believe in me, that there's no prejudices or thoughts going into it, that I'm going to get a legitimate opportunity. And that's all I can ever ask for, is the opportunity to go out and compete. And that's what I believe I'm getting here in Buffalo, is a chance to compete. The team is a team that's been to the Super Bowl 4 times, a team that obviously is very talented, has a very strong defense, and if I can help this team in any way, I'd love to be a part of it. Just go ahead and open up for questions.
You said about the 8 years coming and everything. Is it and the desire to do it now? Is it because you don't feel like you got that fair shot when you were in the NFL the last time?
No, I don't know. I think I had a fair shake. I played. I did well. Things went well, but then I think the end came abruptly last time. We were just talking about it on the way over here. I think out of the games that I played, probably about 50% of the snaps or more, I was 10-4 in the games that I played. I've always had that type of winning percentage anywhere I've gone. So that the only frustrating part of the NFL experience was that it ended because the team that I was with, New England at the time, believed that I was a bigger headache to them as a backup quarterback, and that they at that time had the other guy in mind as the starter. And so instead of keeping me as a backup, I was released, and then my options ended up being north of the border. So that's how it all ended, and that's the only frustrating part of it for me.
Doug, has it been an annual?
All right, there you have it. Doug Flutie, the newest member of the Buffalo Bills, addressing the Western New York media. We'll, of course, have much more on this story coming up later on Eyewitness.
Doug Flutie being introduced to the Buffalo media. We'll try to get you back to that media conference as soon as possible. He was introduced by head coach Wade Phillips of the Bills as the best player possibly to ever play in the CFL. Flutie, in his opening remarks, said that he enjoyed his time in Canada with the CFL and, of course, all the fans. And Flutie has resumed, so let's get back to Buffalo.
But there was never the right situation for me. This, I believed, was the right situation, where it was an open, where I'd be able to compete. And then that's what started changing my mind and made me believe that it's time to go ahead and do it. I've accomplished what I've accomplished up north. I'm very proud of that. And let's keep moving forward within your career.
Do you see yourself as still in your prime, or at least your late prime?
I believe so. I mean, you know, the guys that saw me play in Canada, I think I even said the thing that I was most proud of, winning my 6th MVP up there, was I was 35 years old. And the team in Toronto, we had a very talented football team. And as a unit, we won back-to-back championships and 6 MVPs and all that. And I was 35. I was still running with the ball like I always have. So I believe that I still have all the speed and agility that I've always had, and that I'm not on the decline just yet. You know, I know it's knocking on the door. I am 35, but you know, I go out, I play the game with a lot of enthusiasm. I'm still running around the field, doing whatever it takes to win, hopefully. And so right now, I'm as healthy as I've ever been.
Can you talk a little bit about the differences, Doug, and the difficulties of playing up there compared to playing down here with the, you know, bigger field up there and the bigger plays up
the biggest difference is that with the bigger field and the 3 downs, the 3 downs makes you be more aggressive. It throws a lot more emphasis on the quarterback position, and so you got to throw the ball to win. The wider field, more than anything else, the advantage with the wider field is that the receivers get open. There's some space there. So, I mean, I've watched a handful of NFL games where I was at the stadium watching New England play, and receivers still get open, but the window is a lot tighter. You know, it's the timing of the pass, the ball coming in, the seams. I mean, it's something that I grew up with and I've done all my life up until 8 years ago. I went up there and I had to kind of relearn that game or learn a new game. So I can definitely take the experiences that I've learned up there and translate them to this game. There's no doubt in my mind that what I've done over the past 8 years will definitely help me coming into this situation.
Doug, a lot of people say that you're just too short to play in the NFL. How do you address that issue that comes up again and again?
All I know is I've played the game at my height all my life. All right, I know no different. And my offensive linemen, a couple of tackles that are 6'7", 340. Willie Williams and Dan Payne, both 6'7". You know, I've had, even though the talent may be better, they're not taller. Okay, so it's a game. It's football, and I know one way to play it.
So will you get the kind of opportunity from an offensive standpoint that you have with the Argonauts in terms of, because there's a certain type of offense that works for you?
Yeah, well, with the Argos, I believe that we're going to do some things that'll make it possible for me to be very comfortable here. I believe that. In talking with Coach Phillips over the last couple of weeks, I'm convinced that he'd love to see this work and make this work. You know, all he wants to do is put a winner on the field, and if I can help the team in any aspect, we're going to try to do that. The bottom line is up there for the people that are from north of the border. I was running my own show and all that stuff. I got to call my own plays, and that would be the only difference, is that here I'd probably have some input. I mean, I don't know. I can translate to them what I've been successful with and what I feel comfortable with. I'm taking a risk, no question about it, but you know, as far as Canada's concerned, I mean, it would have been a guaranteed contract. The guaranteed portion, definitely more money. Here, I'm taking a risk where it can turn around and make me more money. But right now, my decision is not about money. It's about playing football and having fun. And that's the one thing I've said throughout my time in the CFL. What the CFL has taught me is put the fun back in football for me. I'm not going to get caught up and worry about being critiqued and what's written and what's on the talk shows, and I don't read the papers anyway. I don't listen to the talk shows, and I don't worry about that. I enjoy playing football, and when I'm on the football field, that's my element, and I'm not going to let anybody take the fun out of it for me ever again.
Doug, what convinced you this is going to be fun for you here?
Just my attitude about it. I mean, I know it's what I've been thinking about in the back of my mind. Here's the opportunity to do it again, and you know, it's up to me, and I can live with that.
Doug, you know Matthews and some of the other guys, and what was their reaction?
Paul Mazzotti and I have kept in touch throughout the time, and Don, we haven't gotten in touch. Their attitude is all the power to you, Doug. You know, go get it, and you know, if it's what you want, and it's been the dream, quote, you know, the phrasing that they use is the dream of yours, to go after it, and they're happy for me. And I get the impression from the majority of the people in the Toronto area that's kind of the feeling. I know that's definitely the feeling down in Boston.
Doug, you know your situation right now with Todd Collins, who's your competition right now. Do you get concerned, though, with free agency coming up and the possible signing of a free agent, of another free agent, big money quarterback, and the possibility that could change your situation? Would that change your outlook?
No, not at all. I mean, you know, the job here for Wade Phillips and his staff is to put the best possible team on the field. And if they can improve the ball club, they're going to try to do it. All I can ask for is the opportunity. I'm getting that opportunity to compete. And we'll just go out, let the chips fall where they may. And Todd, actually, the last time I talked to Todd Collins was probably back. He was in high school when I was playing for the New England Patriots. He was in the high school Super Bowl, and we were talking about what colleges he was going to go to and all that. So I haven't talked to Todd since then. But I mean, we're all professionals. We all know what it's about, and you know, when it comes to training camp, we line up and we start competing.
Doug, you find it kind of ironic though you're competing against a Walpole kid?
Considering, did I ever beat? I beat Walpole once in 3 shots. Todd wasn't playing then, so it didn't matter. It's kind of ironic because you think back to the high school days where that was so important to you, and to me it was either the 2 rivals in our area were Walpole or Norwood, and it is kind of ironic, you know. But the bottom line is we'll probably be teammates, and we're in this together, and you're trying to win championships.
Doug, since you were last in the NFL 8 years ago, what do you perceive as the biggest change in the way the game is played today down here?
Well, I guess the talk of late is the mobile quarterback, that teams are having to move their quarterbacks around a lot more because of the defensive pressure, the zone blitzing. And I mean, I've been seeing zone blitzes for 6 years. Winnipeg started doing it 6 years ago with Spaz, when Frank Spaziano was their defensive coordinator. A lot of things, believe it or not, happened first up there and then down here because just the nature of that game, people take a lot more chances and risks. And I think, like I said, the things that I've experienced up there will carry over. The game has changed somewhat. I've been to a handful of games. I watched New England play. Their defense will zone blitz the heck out of you, and they'll pressure you, try to get in your face, and that's the type of thing that I handle best.
Is that what you bring now? I mean, as a 35-year-old player coming into this league now, or coming back into it, I should say, that gives you maybe an advantage that you didn't have. I mean, the big question is, what do you have now that you didn't have in '88?
8 more years experience playing football, pulling trigger, game planning, passing offenses, calling your own plays, all that experience out on the field. Leadership qualities, things of that nature. Much more confidence in my own abilities and the things that I do well, knowing what I do well and what I don't do well. And then athletically, hopefully, you know, being just as athletic now at 35 as I was at 26, 27.
Were you apprehensive at any time about signing without an offensive coordinator?
Wade convinced me otherwise. That is a concern, obviously, for me. Is you want to have an offensive coordinator that works with you as a quarterback and not always dictate straight to you. You know, you like to have some input or at least get a feel for the things that you're going to be doing. But Wade, the bottom line is they want me to. If I'm successful, we're all successful. If the team's doing well, then everybody's happy, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get that done. So in other words, if it means moving the pocket around, or if it means putting me in a position to move around a little bit or do whatever, then we do it.
What are your memories of playing here at this stage?
My memories are throwing a ball in warm-up, standing next to Steve Grogan, dropping back, throwing a ball with the wind coming in our face and trying to throw a sideline route, and the ball landing in the stands. That and let's see, I had a nice touchdown pass to Irving Fryer. Freddie Smirlis jumping over the center and tackling me. He was called off sides, but when I got back and watched the video, he was onside. You just anticipate the snap count went up and over.
change that?
And Freddie's PR shot that he uses is chasing me out of bounds.
Doug Flutie addressing the media in Buffalo after agreeing to a 2-year contract worth $300,000 per season, plus incentives, saying that he is looking for a chance to compete, and that's all he's ever wanted. He's hoping that third time is the lucky charm for him in the NFL. He had previous stints with New England and Chicago. Now he's going to give the Buffalo Bills a shot. He says it's not about money. He wants to have fun playing football, and says he's very proud of all of his accomplishments in the CFL as a 6-time MVP, and thanks the league and the fans for the last 8 years that he has been here. So Doug Flutie is now a member of the Buffalo Bills, signing a 2-year contract.